The biggest, bro. Nah, but shout out to the biggest bros entertainment, man. Shout out to Housephone, Blasi, Toke, Yuri, Harmonious, all that, man. Yeah, episode 1 was pretty dope. It's pretty dope. They're at 160K in what, 2 days? So, I mean, they're pretty much back to their regular numbers. And shit, the difference is they own this now. So it's pretty dope to see for sure. Let's talk about how dope Blasi's business acumen is, especially being so young. I remember I watched the video of his office tour and being like super impressed just by the way things are handled, just the efficiency, the whole programming. It's really dope to see. Super inspirational, especially for like the younger kids in the greater Los Angeles area. Just to be able to express creativity, like that shit's really fire for sure. But another thing is just the fact that how niggas stay together, you know? I remember they were talking about how Blasi used to work at like the airport or some shit. And nigga had like 2,000 subscribers, 2,000 followers. I don't even think he had a YouTube channel at the time. And Housephone was working with no jumper. So he gave him a shout out at the time. And that shit really like boosted his whole social media presence. So just the fact that he holds that near and dear and still brings that up to this day. And that's hella long ago, you know? And to this day, that's it. Like, it still means something to him. So, you know, that's dope. That's really dope to see. It's the first episode. So just thinking about the future, like, before you know it, they're gonna have their own BuzzFeed article and shit like that. Like, they really have like a cool dynamic, you know, especially with Potlord being so, you feel me, being himself, you feel me, being out there, having no leash now, you feel me. I feel like he can be more loose without having Mr. Weeble Wobble body ass over his shoulders and shit. But overall, it's a great dynamic to see for sure. It's a great dynamic. And yeah, before you know it, the sponsors finna roll in and shit. But the setup and the fact that they were able to do it that quick is crazy. Like, just imagine once they start getting the ball rolling, once they fire Yuri. I mean, nah, I'm playing. They're not gonna fire Yuri. Yuri's dope, man. But no, once they get the ball rolling and shit gets really moving, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit for them. And Housephone, I remember the first episode we were watching, he was talking about, I think they were talking about Valentine's Day and what they did. And Housephone was like, yeah, I'm keeping my private life. I mean, I'm keeping my, like, sex life or whatever I do private. Like, and it was just dope to see, you feel me? Like, him having to deal with, like, being, like, such a famous nigga and having his whole life in the public's eyes. Like, obviously, that's something hard to deal with. So, just seeing himself keeping that bit to himself is dope to see, you know. It's wholesome, you feel me? And yeah, man, salute to those guys. Reconnected, not disconnected, it's reconnected, as you can see. But yeah, man, yeah, Reconnected.